Hey, I'm Gilbert Bennett with My Easy Mortgage, and I wanted to talk to you about credit inquiries. I oftentimes get questions from potential clients and people looking to get pre-approved for a home loan on whether or not, one, we can get them an approval without pulling their credit report or without doing a hard inquiry. Or two, is this inquiry going to drop their score, right? And so I want to address both of those things right here, right now. First, no, you cannot get approved for a home loan without a credit report, and you cannot get a credit report that is usable for a home loan approval without a real hard credit inquiry. So those two things are absolutely necessary. But let's talk about how that inquiry may or may not impact your credit scores, which is what most people are concerned about, not necessarily the inquiry, but the impact to their credit scores. So one of the things I've learned in pulling credit reports, and I promise you I've pulled thousands of credit reports, is that a credit inquiry does not necessarily change your credit score. Each of the bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, that we use for determining mortgage eligibility, and we pull all three when we're doing a credit application, has a specific algorithm, usually a FICO version algorithm that they use. Each of those algorithms will treat the inquiries a little bit differently. But what matters more than whether or not you have an inquiry for a mortgage is the depth of your credit profile. If you have a very weak credit profile where the algorithms can't determine whether or not you're a responsible credit user, then every inquiry looks like an opportunity for you to potentially overextend yourself on credit, and it will have an impact on your credit score. It may not be a big impact. It could be 1 point, it could be 10 points. But if your credit report is a strong credit report with years of history, I've been paying cars on time for 3 or 4 years. I've had credit cards before and I pay those on time. I have mortgages. I've had a mortgage in the past and I pay that on time. When you have a credit report with a strong history, each inquiry may have no impact at all on your credit score. It would take a lot of inquiries for the algorithms to think, oh, this person is going to overextend themselves, because you have a history of responsibly using your credit, of not going over, missing payments, etc., on the things you have outstanding. So what really determines what impact the inquiry is going to have on your score is how much credit you've used and used responsibly in the past, right? So don't concern yourself too much with whether or not this inquiry is going to drag your scores down, because if you have a strong profile, it won't, right? But even if you have a weak profile, you can't get a home without this inquiry. The benefit of using us as a mortgage broker is that we pull one credit report from each bureau, merge them all into one, and we use that same credit report and that only that one inquiry to submit loans to over 60 different lenders. So we have the widest range of opportunity for using that one credit report to get you a loan. Anywho, I'm Gilbert Bennett with My Easy Mortgage, and I just wanted to go over the impact that mortgage credit inquiries can have on your credit score.